Nice wellies.
They're little big, I say one thing.
It is rotten out. This is outside our house. Whoa. It's a river. And I've never seen this much rain. Look at it. Snow's coming in now. Few moments later. What do you think of the snow?
It's awesome.
I don't fancy it myself, but it is lovely. Probably won't get much work done today now. How are you doing? I'm Martin from Gardens for Life in Birdland Homestead. In this quick video I'm just going to show you some of the rain that we had a few days ago, only about 2 days ago, and we hooked up one of our IBC tanks, like this one here. We hooked it up to our gutter and it filled up in 2 hours off of just the side of the greenhouse here. So Gorilla tape works great for connecting the gutter to the side of the greenhouse. I'll add the video link at the end of this one. A literal canyon has formed outside our driveway. Take a look at that. That hole is a bit too deep to be driving through. We'll better fix it. We're sound for rain now. We don't need any more of it. We could do with the old spring drought that we're so accustomed to now lately. Yesterday the place was flooded. And now it's frozen. And now it's starting to snow. So what are you doing, Levi? What are you digging? Huh? Come on. Come on. The kale is looking a bit sad now after the frost last night. They said it was supposed to be going down to -1 here in Roscommon yesterday, but I measured temperatures of down to about -6, and that's here where it's relatively sheltered. And in the greenhouse it was -3 last night actually. What are we doing here? Always have a few dog parts for you. Sorry I haven't got the other microphone on me now, but I don't want that to stop me making a video. Take a look at the Mount Azo willows, Japanese willow. They have pink catkins. And here's the other ones, Kami Kami. Beautiful. So that snow is going to turn into a lot of rain shortly. And that's why I've got a bunch of willows in the greenhouse ready to be cut. Do you want to see them? Take a look. Oh, before we go in there, I might just show you here. We just made a new path going down this way. It'll make life a lot easier. And we're slowly but surely getting rid of all the old pots. Now let's take a look in here. Oh, let me just close that. That's how the dogs get in. Levi, come in. Oh. Actually, hold on now. I just close that. This is the young fella's camp over here. Lego and drawings. And take a look at this. Got some willows. I haven't cut the figs yet, so there's going to be a lot of fig wood that I'm going to use to make more fig trees. Take a look at these willows. These are extra thick willow cuttings, and I'm going to cut them up using me trusty electric secateurs. 1 year's growth. This is all the new growth from our willow trees. So these are the thicker cuttings. It's usually the medium size. If they're any thicker than that, I would probably just replant them, or I would just use them for kindling. But this is the ideal size. These are the extra thick willow cuttings. So I just cut them and they look something like this afterwards. Look at that. And they're about 1 foot long, and I cut them off at a slant in the bottom. so you can plant them easier and you know which way is down. And you can see the leaf bud here. The leaf bud should always point up the way. Then all you have to do really is get your cutting and then just put your hand on top and then shove it into the ground. About halfway or 1/3 of the way. So 4 inches or 10 centimeters down into the ground, and then 2/3 is still sticking up out of the ground. Hopefully clearing the grass by the time it grows tall in the summer. Jeez, the horse dog is full of snow. How are you doing, horse? I call him horse dog because he's a huge dog. Look at the size of him. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. Where are you digging? You too. Where are you digging? Nina is smart. She keeps a few bones spare. She has them dug in the ground in places. What I do is I'll just give you a quick demo. This is a Felco number 8. I'll put links in the description below for all of our tools that we use. And look, all I do is to cut the slant, I just do it with a Felco number 8. Then you get a nice clean cut. Okay, maybe like that. Alright. And then we do the straight cuts with this machine here. I don't have to use this machine, but since that I'm cutting a good few and I've got the tool available, why not? I'll make use of it. Now just cut this off straight. And that's it. And there is one cutting. There you go. That's one cutting now. It'll just, if I do them all in one go, just like that, like this, and then I could just cut it off here with that secateurs. And I'll just give you a quick demo. It does do a very nice cut, especially when you cut at an angle. But this one here is not that good at cutting at angles. Watch this. And it doesn't really quite cut through the wood. You see that? So, and let me try that again. You see the way I probably need to sharpen it, but it's not that clean a cut anyway, even when it was sharp. Look, this one here now, even when this tool, this one here, was brand new, I still couldn't really get that clean a cut. So I always do like a clean cut so that you can stick it into the ground easier and that you have a good cross section of the cambion there. You can see the green layer is the cambion. And I just do them all manually on this end, and then I use the tool where I can just to cut them off straight. And yeah, we have a few boxes to cut up here, a bit of work cut out for ourselves, but luckily I looked up the weather forecast earlier today, and we noticed that the rain storm was coming in, and the snow too. There's a little bit of snow in it. Luckily we noticed it coming in well on time, so I could spend an hour or two out there collecting these fellas here. We've had a crazy few days of rain and then quite cold last night, down to -6 degrees, and even in the greenhouse it was actually -3. So hopefully some of the tubers that I've got in there aren't gone frozen. I don't think they took any damage. But look at this, the Alexander's is taking some frost damage. Look, it's kind of wilted. Hopefully it'll come back after a few days. But we've often seen that you can expect it to be much colder than what the weather services here are predicting. They said -1 and it was actually -6 over here anyway. We are on a bit of a hill. Look at the old Portuguese kale is looking a bit sad there. Hopefully it'll make it through the winter and it'll grow again. It should do anyway. Most years now they'll be fine. You could actually take cuttings from that and pluck them in the ground and they'll grow into new plants as well. But I quite like the way that tree looks. It's actually not a tree, it's kind of a tree coloured. It kind of looks like one of those African trees when you look at it closely. But anyway, that's the snowstorm starting now, and we're going to be expecting a lot more rain. The whole place was full of puddles a couple of days ago, and yesterday it all froze. So today it's still almost frozen, so the snow might actually stick, but it'll get washed away after, because usually when we get a storm from the Atlantic, it's going to be warmer, definitely warmer than 0 degrees anyway. We don't get snowstorms like you guys in Canada. So from one extreme to the next, lots of rain, next day freezing cold. And yesterday we were observing temperatures in the greenhouse from 30 degrees Celsius down to 20 and down to 10 and then down to 0 just as the sun went down. So in a matter of an hour or two it can actually drop by 30 degrees, which is pretty mad when you think about it. Well, that's the woodchip island here, very productive. We've taken down most of the stalks, so the Jerusalem artichoke, and we have still more cuttings to go here. Lots of josta berries. If anyone would like some, they're available on our shop. Josta berry is a lovely fruit. It tastes a bit like pineapple in my opinion, and it is like a blackcurrant mixed with a gooseberry, and it's a really nice flavour, and it's really productive as well, kind of like blackcurrants. You can see all the elephant garlic already poking its heads out, look. Lots of elephant garlic around the place. And there's some orphrey. That was planted there about probably 3 years ago, and it's been spreading ever since, just clumping away. And look at these onions, potato onions here. Just a little clump. And hopefully now the wind noise is not too bad, and hopefully you can hear me alright, because I haven't got the good microphone on me, but I didn't want that to stop me from making a video. You can see the flaming willows way over here. It's kind of weird when the muck is actually frozen here. You can just walk on the muck without going down. Look at these. I love the flaming willows and the curly willow. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you the next time. If you'd like to buy some willow cuttings or plants or roots, take a look at her website. Thank you so much for your support. We really appreciate it, and we're going to keep on growing. See you later. Bye bye. What kind of footprint is that?
There's wolf prints. Whoa!
Come here.